WPI. Quarterback, Dave Sapatelli. The running back will be Jason Woolley. He leads the club in touchdowns. The fullback, Tony Padula. The wide receiver, Brian Milot. And the flanker today, Dave Swedick. The tight end, Jim Scanella. Up front, left side tackle, Scott Pozzogi, and the left side guard, Bill Terrell. The center will be Ted Brown. Right side guard, Mark DeMoore. And the right side tackle will be Jason Scott. So the captains are out at midfield as Plymouth State dressed in the green and white. And for the engineers of WPI, they are dressed in all white, trimmed in silver and maroon. So WPI will get the toss. It was deferred by Plymouth State. WPI will get the football first, defending the goal to our right. Plymouth State will be kicking off, defending the goal to our left. So we're getting set for the final game of the year. It's a big game indeed for the Freedom Football Conference Championship. Plymouth coming in.
We gave him kind of a bad rap last week, but he is an exceptional kicker. He's just struggling this year. Over the years, he does lead for the record in New England small colleges for extra points and field goals. So we got to give him some credit. He was a good kicker. It's just that he's struggling this year. And look for him today to kick up a few.
And WPI comes in as the top scoring club in the conference. They're averaging just under 32 points a ball game, and they have scored 39 touchdowns coming into today's ball game. Plymouth State averaging just under 20 a ball game, but they've been playing exceptionally well defensively in the last couple of weeks. Coast Guard and Stony Brook a week ago, so we're set to go. Again, they deferred the toss, and they will take the second half kickoff. So Jay Chabot has it teed up, standing back deep for the Engineers. Khalid Rucker is standing back deep, along with Eddie Ansah, and we are on the Y. It's a high, short kick, and it's going to be taken across the way at the 15, 20, out to the 25, still going out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Tyler Moore makes the stop for Plymouth State, and the Engineers of WP. He's a senior. He's 6 feet, 175 pounds. His running backs will be Jason Woolley and Tony Padula. Padula is the fullback. Now he sends a man in motion to the wide side of the field right. First play of the ball game, and it's a quick pitch outside going to Jason Woolley. Woolley cuts back inside across his own 35 to the 37-yard line. First down carry by the tailback.
Bad break there for WPI. If Woolley's seriously hurt, that's a main gun go-to guy.
He's the big man on their offense. He's not only their leading rusher, but their leading receiver. Third in the conference in receptions.
Be a concern because they have that one. State would be in there with a record of 6-2.
They play a very tough schedule.
So we're set to go. Woolley is out of the ball game. They will send LeMay in motion, coming to the near side. It's second down and a long 5 for Dave Sapatelli. Sapatelli play action left, looks over the middle, has a man, and it's a little bit long and high, and it goes incomplete. Pass was intended for Scanella over the middle, and in on cover. Passer in the conference, and he will send Milot, split wide side left, picked up by P.J. Hansen. Again, LeMay comes in motion. It's third down and a long 5. Sapatelli rolls left, and it's a designed run, and he will keep it. Hit from behind, now lunges forward, and I believe as he lunged across the 40-yard line, he had Toby Cloutier on his backside, but that last lunge on the design play is going to be good enough for a WPI first down.
Yeah, really.
And they will come out. It'll be first down and 10 from their own 42-yard line. They will send Dave Swedick in motion to the wide side of the field. That's to the right. The give is going to be to the tailback, and the tailback is going to be hit after a gain of about 1. Good, strong hit by Matt Caracciolo and John Moore. Yeah, Ernest Ansah is in the backfield replacing the talented Jason Woolley. Ansah now goes in motion to the wide side of the field right. Second down and 9. Sapatelli rolls right. Pumps once, looks, directs his receiver, now backs up and fires, has a man wide open across midfield. First down, he's on the far sideline, working his way into Plymouth State territory, and finally dragged out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And after the
receiver read him well too, but to come back and make the play, and he got
bigger. That last pass was completed to the tight end, Jim Scanella. They are moving from right to left. We play 2 minutes here in the first quarter. They have a receiver coming to the near side. On a draw, they go outside right. This is going to be LeMay inside the 20, 15, sideline 10, down to the 5, and dragged out of bounds inside the Plymouth State 5-yard line. Dave Swedick on the carry.
Gain.
A 22-yard pickup for Swedick. It's going to be a first down and goal for WPI at the 4-yard line. And the give is going to be to Padula, the fullback, off the right side, and Padula pounds his way down near the 2-yard line. Jim Lanigan is on the bottom of the pile for the Panthers yard line. They have a tight end left, tight end right. On a play action, it's going to be an option keeper by Sapatelli, and he's in for the touchdown. It was an option keeper right side. He decided to cut it back in, and he takes it in from 2 yards out, and WPI is on top. Will be Eric Harvey. So Sepatelli getting the touchdown from 2 yards out. Eric Harvey, the place kicker. Good snap, ball down. Kick is drilled right in to the offensive line. And it's picked up by Mike Giard. Giard can run with it. And Harvey can't tackle him. Giard's to the 10, to the 15, out to the 20-yard line. And a wild scene after a poor kick by Eric Harvey. We haven't seen one run back yet this year, but Mike Giard made it interesting.
Yeah, he tried to gave a chance to WPI to get over there and get some players to stop Giard from running that one back.
So that has it teed up on the far hash mark. So we'll get our look. Paul Laundrie will be the starting quarterback today, and it'll be interesting to see how Paul has recovered. He was okay to play a week ago at Stony Brook, but he decided to let David Turner go, and Turner got them a win. Harvey's kick is coming down to the speedster. It's Latender at the 10, 15, 20, comes right side, 25, 30, breaks through the 35, out to the 38-yard line. Tripped up in a hole by Doobie. And it'll be first down. R.J. Littell. The Panthers will have the football for the first time this afternoon. The leading receiver, Doug Cantrell, split to the far side. That's the wide side of the field left. Eddie Morrissey tight end right. Now Steve Fountain goes in motion to the far side. And Allen is a wing back to the left side. Lone setback is Bob Boss. Laundrie to pass right off the top. Looks for his favorite receiver, and it's behind Doug Cantrell at the Engineer 45-yard line. Coming up against WPI here in the final game. See if they can't spread their defense out as well. Laundrie looking at second down and 10. Allen will shift to the left side along with Bob Boss. Boss gets to carry. Left side, nothing in the hole. Now Bob breaks it back to the right. Bob is at the 41-yard line. Tries to break a hit to the 43. It was all Bob Boss on that carry as the hole was plugged up nicely by the Engineer defense. And Boss did the best he could. Feet there. We'll have trip receivers to the wide side left. It'll be Allen, Fountain, and Cantrell. Matt Friedman is a lone setback. Ian Lauder is a tight end to the right. Ball resting near hash mark for Paul Laundrie. Third down and 7. Laundrie rolls out to the wide side of the field, looking for somebody down on the sideline. It's going to be Cantrell, and Cantrell makes the catch at the 45-yard line of WPI. Good enough for a pickup of about 12 on the play and a Panther first down.
And the coaches over in WPI were arguing this, saying, hey, off.
Yeah, Carlo comes to the near side. And Ian Lauder is a tight end to the left. The lone setback is Friedman. Quick pitch back to Matt. Matt's inside the 45 and then is hit and roughed up as he gets to the 40-yard line. Nice pickup by Matt Friedman. That's probably the toughest hit. He has a top ground gainer from a standpoint of average, just under 6 yards a pop. He's picked up 545 yards coming into today's ball game. Second down and a long 5 for Paul Laundrie, moving left to right. Has an I formation. The give is to the tailback, Bob Boss. Nothing there, and he's going to be dropped for a 5-yard loss back to the 45-yard line. Todd to the near side will be Allen and Cantrell. The lone setback will be Bob Boss. And let's see if they try to go wide side again, rolling out Paul Laundrie. Third down and a little bit more than 10 upcoming. Laundrie rolls to the right side. Has good protection from Boss. Now he wants to go deep, looking downfield for Carlo. It's long enough. It's caught. Touchdown. What a grab by Paul Carlo. He had two defenders inside the 5-yard line, and what a great catch by Paul Carlo for the touchdown.
Not only a great catch, but what a throw by Laundrie. I haven't seen a throw by Laundrie like that in a long time. Laundrie threw that perfect. Carlo was the only man who could get the ball for the catch.
So the Panthers are out in a 6-6 ball game. They will go for the 2. They have Mark Burke lined up in the backfield. He will go in motion from that stance. Steve Fountain to the right. Burke has caught a pass on a 2-point conversion. He's the only one up until a week ago when Mark Wishland's caught one. Laundrie has the option to keep it. Rolls out left, and it's going to be shut down by the WPI defense. Kind of interesting why they didn't try to kick the extra point there. Already deadlocked.
They've been doing that the past couple weeks, automatically going for the 2. They tried to run the draw like we've seen them do so many times.
Defenders for WPI can get it. Carlo just outburned him with his blazing speed.
So we are deadlocked at 6-6, 9:44 to play in the first quarter. They're playing for the Freedom Football Championship. And the kickoff by Chabot is down inside the 5. It's going to be taken there out to the 10, out to the 15. The defense is there, and Colby Compton is there to bring him down as the kicking team does its job once again. Colby Compton is down there along with Fred Degnan.
Oh, Colby here for Chabot.
So once again, we look into that offensive set, and Jason Woolley, the highly talented tailback, was hurt on the first play of the game and does not come back. Sapatelli. The handoff is going to be to the fullback, and the fullback is out to the 20-yard line. I believe that's Padula on the carry. Padula works his way for about...
I see him on the bench over there with his leg up.
He's got his left ankle heavily bandaged and on ice. They have a man in motion. It's second down and a short 5 facing WPI. The give is going to be to the tailback, and the tailback's going to lose a yard. The defense was there again. Jeff Jarry leading the way for the Panther defense. Toby Cloutier was there as well across the Y. Big third down conversion upcoming for Dave Sapatelli. They go on the first down. Back to pass. Now flushed out, rolls right. All sorts of room. He's going to run it for a first down and plenty more. And he'll step out of bounds, out across his own 35 to the 37-yard line. Everybody got so concerned about going after Sapatelli. And net, he is minus 81 yards, net rushing. He has attempted 31 runs. And the give is going to be to Padula, and Padula is going to be stopped at the 44-yard line on the first down carry.
Well, they're a very experienced team. They don't make the stupid mistakes.
Johnson and Swedick wide side left. The give is going to be to Padula. Padula is a strong running back, and after he crosses his own 45, runs into John Morley, and then Morley needs some help from ankle taped and in ice. Third down and 1. They go with a power I. It's Padula. Padula is hitting, and I don't know if he got it. Penalty marker comes into play. I don't know if he got it, and let's see if it might be either a hold or maybe somebody got a face mask in there. Well, let's wait and see. And the engineers apparently think it was a face mask against Plymouth State, and if it is, it will be a first down.
Reminds me kind of Bob Boss type runner.
Because you saw Morley the last play. Morley couldn't bring him down by himself, and
he's the line. Mylott split wide side left along with Swedick. Swedick had a big play leading to the WPI touchdown. Man now goes in motion. Sapatelli play action wide side right. Fires quickly over the middle. His man's got it at the 40-yard line. That's his tight end, Jim Scanella. Scanella was wide open but went down to a knee. And he will line up as a tight end to the right side on a second down and 1. Sapatelli has his running backs in an eye. Swedick now goes in motion to the far side of the field right. Second down and 1. Pitch play outside to the tailback, and he has the first down. Upended by Mike Giard, but he was through the air and over the 40-yard line, inside the 40, I should say, down near the 38-yard line of Plymouth State.
How long defensive stays out there?
First down and 10 for WPI. LeMay comes in motion to the near side of the field. The Sapatelli in the far hash mark. Play action left, sets up, fires over the middle in double coverage. It's going to be deflected and knocked out of the hands of Scanella. Bruce DeVito has championship today, and also a postseason bid for WPI on the line. They send LeMay in motion to the near side. Sapatelli on the give to the tailback. Nice move in the backfield by the tailback to escape a hit. Ansah was the carrier. He's hit by John Barry, and Mylott comes to the near side. They'll have trip receivers to that side. Now Ansah goes in motion. He is the replacement for Jason Woolley. Sapatelli rolls out right, sets up, now in the pocket, and it's going to be an incompleted pass. As his arm came forward, he lost the football. It's going to be one of those football folly highlights.
Certainly is. He just went to throw it and it flipped out of it.
Responsibilities and big responsibilities running at tailback.
Well, they don't lose a whole lot with Ansah. He does have 500 yards rushing this season.
So WPI on fourth down will have to kick it away, and they're going to pooch it down to the near side. It hits at the Plymouth State 10-yard line, and it's going to be down. Where is it? There's a pile up near the goal line, and it's going to be down at the 1-yard line.
What a great kick.
Mike Giard thought possibly that one of the WPI specialty team men had gone into the end zone, battles of their own end zone. Laundrie, as he lines up under center, is in the end zone. First down and 10, moving left to right. 6-6 is our score. And the lone setback is Matt Friedman. Laundrie will just keep it himself and go straight ahead for a couple to the 3, maybe to the 4-yard line, and trying to get himself some breathing room. It's going to be second down and about 8, maybe 6-yard touchdown pass. And their 2-point conversion also failed. It's going to be second down and a long 8 upcoming for Paul Laundrie. The lone setback will be Friedman. Now Allen will shift. He will be the running back to the right side. Ball resting near hash mark. And the give is to Friedman. Friedman looking for a way to get out of that mess. And Friedman gets it to the 5. It's going to be third down and about 7 upcoming. I think it's going to be third down and 7 for Paul Laundrie. The lone setback will be off to the right. That's Bob Boss. Cantrell near side. Laundry, a shot drop, fires out in the left flat. Paul Carlo's got it for a first down and steps out of bounds at the 17-yard line. He ran the receiver off the ball and then broke it out, and Laundry a little bit off balance because with Laundry passing in the first 6 games like he was getting decked. Play after play. It's a first down and 10 for Plymouth State at their own 17-yard line. Bob Boss, the lone setback, goes to the short side of the field left, and Boss gets it to the 18-yard line, and then there's going to be piled upon there. Matt, he will have Allen and Ian Lauder lining up as a tandem on the far side of the field left. Ball resting on that far hash mark. Doug Cantrell has one-on-one coverage as Allen now will shift to the backfield in the eye. Here comes the blitz, and now, I don't know what happened there. Allen went in motion, then Boss went in motion, and then the flags came down as WPI was showing blitz.
They had 8 men right on the line. They were going to go after him. I think this might be on Plymouth for having, again, 2 men moving. But no.
It's going against WPI. I think number 98, Matt Tegas for WPI he came.
First quarter from Courier Field here on WPCR, 91.7. Ian Lauder tied into the right side, I formation with Bob Boss to tailback. And Bob Boss, play action now for Laundry. Looking, fires out in the left flat, tight end wide open, Ian Lauder, 30, 35, 32-yard line. 37-yard line, excuse me, and a first down. Ian Lauder. Laundry is probably wondering if WPI is counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then attacking because he's had nobody in his face yet. First down and 10 for the Panthers at their own 37-yard line. This drive started back at their own 1. I formation for Paul Laundry. Quick pitch to the right side. Matt Friedman didn't get the block he needed, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss of about 5.
Yeah, that was just a poor block by.
I'll have to scan the sidelines to see what happened to Mark Wishlands. It's going to be a second down now, and 13 upcoming for Plymouth State. Cantrell right. Allen now goes in motion left. Eddie Morrissey, the tight end, is split out to that side. And Paul Laundry on the draw. They give it to Friedman. Friedman feeling his way, and he's free. 40, 45, midfield, inside WPI territory, and is going to be stopped at the 47-yard line. Once he got by
Plymouth wants a
the
flag.
defensive line, he was able to break free, and there are some words and some shoving down in the Plymouth.
Usually
Fumbles come in.
Yep.
But he was able to hold on to the football. First down and 10 for Plymouth State at the WPI 48-yard line. Allen is a wing back left. Lone setback again is Bob Boss. Carlo is to the near side, and Cantrell wide side left. The give is to the lone setback Bob Boss. Slides off a hit, and we'll lose a yard. Nice play. Coming in to make the hit, inside linebacker Matt Mercer. Well relaxed and
a little more poised. You see it when he drops back to pass too.
Laundry on the give to Matt Friedman. Friedman scampers to the 48-yard line, gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. So we're pretty much in the same spot we were. Teams will change field. The score is Plymouth State 6 and WPI 6.
Well, that's something you really.
And Freedom Football Championship matchup. The first one, and we'll be talking to Steve Bamford, the commissioner of the conference, coming up at halftime. We're set to go here in the second quarter, third down and 11 at the 48-yard line of WPI. Laundry has trip receivers to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. Matt Friedman is a lone setback, and he has a tight end, Ian Lauder, to the right. Now Laundry, here comes the first pressure of the day. He escapes the first hit, now fires into an open spot. There's nobody there, and it's incomplete. The first pressure of the afternoon put on by
his helmet down. He's shaking his head.
So Ryan Cole, who's done an exceptional job since taking over that position, is back to kick. He'll hit it at about his own 40-yard line. Gets a good snap and a little bit of pressure and just does ride it out. It's a very short, lazy kick. It's going to hit smack at the 30-yard line, and it'll take a Panther bounce inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Engineers go to work in a 6-6 ball game. Dave Sepatelli again. Jason Woolley, the top tailback on the club, not in the ball game, got hurt in the first play of the game. His replacement, Ernest Ansaw, gets the carry, and Ansaw takes it to the 24-yard line, helped up by Mike Giard. 4 years for the San Francisco Giants, and his younger brother at the age of 19, now playing in the Atlanta Braves system. Played at Idaho Falls his first year. Sepatelli, penalty marker down, rolls out wide side right. He could run, but he's got a man wide open at the 42-yard line, and he's upended at the 35-yard line. Dave Swedick was wide open, but a penalty marker is down upfield, and we'll have to wait and see if it will be motion called against WPI. The Panther defense is clapping, and this one's coming back. But boy, I'll tell you, Plymouth State, even though they get the benefit of the flag, somebody in the secondary is going to have to check out who's 60 times as well for 543 yards. Sapatelli has a man in motion, Dave Swedick, who caught that last pass that was nullified and called back. Sapatelli rolls to the wide side right, has a convoy there, looks, now fires and throws it into the ground at the 30-yard line, and he is decked out of bounds after making the toss. For Sapatelli, Sapatelli is back to pass, sets up, looks, has time over the middle. His pass is caught for a first down to the 36-yard line. In on the reception is going to be Milot. And Swedick appears to be the type of kid, once he gets the football in the open, he could be dangerous. The give is going to be outside to Anzaw as they try to sweep the left side of the Plymouth defense. He brings it out to the 39, maybe to the 40-yard line. Second down in a long 7 upcoming for the Engineers. They'll send a man in motion. That's the tailback Anzaw. The lone setback is Padula. Sapatelli back to pass, fires on the short side of the field, has his man, and he steps out of bounds at midfield, maybe into Plymouth territory. Again, on the reception was brought on the Plymouth State side of the field, and Dave Swedick comes to the near side. It's a quick pitch back to Ansaw, the tailback, and he's upended as he hurdles to the 46-yard line. Mike Giard, Toby, going to be a gain of 4, second down and 6. There's a big crowd here at Courier Field, edging the defense on. Sapatelli play action left, is kept in containment, now rolls. Williston is on his heels. Williston makes an attempt. Now the quarterback steps out of bounds, and a flag comes down, and that's going to be a late hit called on the Plymouth defense across the way as Sapatelli went to step out of bounds. Right
aggressive.
Well, they had some. Yeah,
it's too bad because it was a nice job by Wilson to run him out of bounds.
So they'll mark it down to the Panther 34-yard line, and it will be a first down.
Mental.
Not thinking, but if you're going to do that, do it at least on your own side of the field. You get your...
Sapatelli to the tailback. This is Ansaw. It's a foot race to the sideline, and he's going to be dragged down from behind after picking up about 6 yards. From the angle we had, it's tough if you're a fan. You're sitting there cheering things. Now we have a whistle, and let's see.
They're going to make Plymouth back off the sideline. They asked him that during the timeout. They're going to make him do it again.
Well, I think the same thing. We're set to go. Second down and 1 upcoming. The lone setback is Padula. Ball resting on the near hash mark. The fullback gets to carry and a first down. Slides off 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. And now Jim Lanigan finally corrals him along with Caracciolo down at the 18-yard line. LeMay comes to the near side right. Now in motion goes Ansaw. Lone setback is the fullback Padula. Sapatelli looks short side of the field. Now fires into the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. P.J. Hansen almost picked it off. He had to spin and turn and almost side right. They came back weak side, but P.J. Hansen was there stride for stride. So it's a second down and 10 for Sapatelli to give us to the fullback Padula, and Padula is going to be picked up off the ground and then thrown back at the 15-yard line. Toby Clutie. Swedick split wide side right. Sapatelli short side to Ansaw, the tailback. Ansaw looks for a room, gets a block, and then is going to be snowed under at the 11-yard line.
Great defense here by Plymouth.
And they're going to kick the field goal. You look across the Y, and WP.
Let's see if he can put it up here.
5 of 10 as far as field goals go.
And it's on the far hash mark. It will be spotted at the 18. It's going to be a 28-yard attempt. The kick is up long enough, and the kick is good. So Eric Harvey drills a 28-yard field goal with 9:25 to play in the first half, and the Engineers will be set to kick it off. They name it inside their own 10-yard line. We talked about Latender. He is going to be exciting in the next couple of years here for the Panthers of Plymouth State. And he is going to get this kickoff as it's sailing to him on the far side of the field, and Latender takes it at the 11, stays on the far side, and is driven out across the way at about the 28-yard line, and that's what Paul Laundrie the season for them, coming in week number 2 against Union. Paul Carlo, who has that outstanding 46-yard touchdown reception, comes to the near side left. Lone setback is Bob Boss. Cantrell to the far side right, and the tight end is Eddie Morrissey to the left. Play action for Laundrie coming to that side. Laundrie sets, fires, hits the tight end Eddie Morrissey out to the 31-yard line. In on coverage, motion of the year for Morrissey. He checks out of the ball game. Ian Lauder checks in. Now Cantrell goes wide side of the field right. It's going to be second down and 7 for Paul Laundrie. Has a slot to the right side. Lone setback is Bob Boss. They fake the pitch to Boss. The give is to the tailback. It's kicked around and fumbled and finally fallen on by Ian Lauder back at the 23-yard line. Boy, WPI had a great chance to field that thing. It was in a pile, and then it came free, and Ian Lauder will be the wing back to the right side, right off the behind of Surecki. And twin receivers, Carlo and Cantrell, wide side right. 3rd down and 16 for Paul Laundrie. Rolls to the right side. Has time, sets up, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Doug Cantrell at the 35-yard line. And
that wasn't to either of them. It looked right in the middle.
Ryan Cole is on the kick. And he is standing back inside his own 10-yard line. Plymouth State trailing 9-6, and they get a good snow. It's a low snap fielded nicely by Cole, and he just gets it away, and it might have been partially blocked, and it's an end-over-end kick, and it takes a Plymouth bounce at the 35-yard line and goes out at the WPI 36, and they had 2 people there. They might have gotten a piece of the football, as not a good effort by Ryan Cole. Give him credit, though. He made a nice play on scooping up a low snap. So the Engineers are in great field shape. They have it at the 36-yard line of Plymouth State, 1st and 10. They have a 3-point lead. Ansah goes in motion. Sepatelli rolls right. Looks, fires down over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete at the 5-yard line. It was intended for Brian, the conference in pass interceptions, and Sepatelli leading the conference in passing. Sepatelli, the quick pitch outside to Ansah. It was a bad pitch, but Ansah did a great job, still doing a great job, to pick up yardage inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Caracciolo more down, and a short 5 upcoming for WPI. Ansah goes in motion with Mylot out that way. Now Sepatelli looking to pass, looking short side, now looking over the middle, has a man wide open, and it's going to be caught, and it will be a 1st down. Still going with the football is Dave Swedick down to the 5-yard line. Finally tackled by DeVito and Hansen after he for WPI, and they come out with a full house backfield. And they go on the first sound. It's going to be kept by Sepatelli after he faked the handoff to Padula and followed his block. And he spins to the 3-yard line. Ball just shy of the 2-yard line. Again, full house backfield for Sepatelli. The give is to the fullback Padula. And Padula is going to be stopped at about the 2-yard line again and turned back. Bob Williston had first penetration with a green shirt. Caracciolo down in goal just inside the Plymouth State 2-yard line. Sepatelli. The give is to Padula again, and again Padula. As in this time for the touchdown. Boy, he was working his legs and working his offensive line as they were able to keep that penetration and the defense out of there. And
this time,
that's the 10th touchdown of the year for Padula. And Eric Harvey is on to kick. Good snap, ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So the teams will head back upfield with 5:17 to play here in the first half, and WPI is on the board again. Padula picks up his 10th touchdown of the year, this time from Dave Sepatelli. Engineers the drive, the big play to Dave Swedick on a pass to set up the 1st and goal. So Harvey's kick again going down to R.J. Latender. Latender takes it at his own 6. Far side of the field, 20. R.J. to the 25, 28-yard line and is stopped right there. Looks like they're making a concentrated effort to keep it away from Jason. Pinned him back again, but if it's against WPI, it gives the Panthers a little bit of breathing room. Well, here comes the call here. And it's going to be a personal foul against the Engineers of WPI. And hold on a second. Personal foul against the Panthers of Plymouth State. So they will state 1st down and 25. They're in a hole anyway, but they have it at their own 29-yard line. Mark Wishlins is now in the ball game, along with Matt Friedman in the I formation. Paul Laundrie has a touchdown pass in this one. Has them out. They go to the short side of the field to Friedman. Friedman looking for room, and Matt is able to get it across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Only touchdown today for the Panthers comes to the near side along with Cantrell. Cantrell wearing the black high tops today. I formation behind Laundrie on a 2nd down and about 21. Moving from right to left. 4:25 to play first half. WPI leading at 16-6. Long count now by Laundrie. And the give is to the tailback Friedman. And Friedman runs it to the 34-yard line. Ran right into the hands of Matt. And Eddie Morrissey is the tight end to the left side. John Dalton is split out the wide receiver to that side. Cantrell to the top of your screen right. Lone setback is Matt Friedman. And they have a wing back to the right side. And let's see if that's Bob Bost. And no, it's Mark Wishlins. Rolling out is Laundrie. Coming to the near side of the field. Fires over the middle to Mark Wishlins, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was a little bit behind him. The coverage was there, and the Panthers will have to kick it away. Ryan Cole standing back at his own 22, should hit it at about his own 25-yard line. 10 white jerseys up front, almost got it last time. They might have got a piece of it. They switch up now. Here they come, and they almost block it. Matter of fact, it should have been blocked, and it's going to be fielded by Swedick. Penalty marker comes down. A flag on the play is going to be against Plymouth State for not giving Swedick enough yardage to field the punt, but the Plymouth State player had Perivalakis, who was the left side tackle, was right in there, and armful. It's only for 5 yards, and they bring it out to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for WPI, moving left to right. Sepatelli, here comes the reverse to Swedick. Swedick can throw it, looks, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Scanella, and he comes up and says, I made a great catch. Coming. Swedick split wide side left, picked up by Hansen. They pitch it to that side to the tailback, and the tailback is across midfield and keeps his feet going to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, G.R. tripped him up a little bit.
Left ankle has been out since. 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Ansar goes in motion. Padula is the lone running back behind Sepatelli, who's going to throw it up. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He can run for the first down, and he does inside the 40 and tackled at the 38-yard line. And John Morley had a chance to hit him at the 45 yards. We told you his net yardage is minus 81 in the season. He has run the football better than 30 times coming into today. They pitch it outside to Ansar again. He's going to pick up another 8 or 9 yards. He's driven to the sideline inside the Panther 35-yard line and driven out.
Defense.
LeMay goes wide side left. WPI already leading 16-6. The give is going to be to Ansar again. He answers the call for a first down, keeps those legs going, and breaks the initial hit by John Morley. Then Cloutier, G-Yard, Kavanaugh, and Corral. Brian Milot near side right. They'll have Ansar going in motion with Padula the lone setback. Now they will have trip receivers to the far side. Sepatelli rolls that way, pulls his guard with him. There's some pressure, still rolling, is going to get away from one hit, then steps out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, and it's a good thing he did because quite a bit. Brian Milot again to the near side with LeMay. Ansar comes in motion to that side with the tight end on the far side left. The give is to Padula, who has a touchdown. Padula gets away from Morley, and then is finally tackled by Tappan and Barry at the 20-yard line. And now the Engineers are going to call a timeout, and I believe that's their first time sandwiched around a 28-yard field goal by Eric Harvey. 3rd down and a big 3 coming up for Sepatelli. Has Ansar in motion. Sepatelli looks to the short side of the field, steps up, fires over the middle, wide open is Scanella inside the 5-yard line. It will be 1st and goal. Mike G-Yard was there to make the play with John Morley. 1 touchdown and gives them a 1st down in goal at the 3-yard line. And now Plymouth State was trying to get a timeout. They were trying to get Fletcher Johnson off the field. And let's see if they're going to give him credit for the timeout before the ball was snapped. And let's see. They might have given... yes, Plymouth was able to get the timeout before the snap of the football. And half Sepatelli has them out. Again, they go to the full house backfield. Padula, they fake it to Padula. Sepatelli takes it outside left, and he's in for the touchdown. Boy, I'll tell you, what a lackluster defensive effort on that particular play. Nobody did anything in the green shirt.
Yep.
So it's 22-6, and Eric Harvey is on the kick. Snap back, ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So, 1 minute and 3 seconds to play here in the first half, and WPI has done a number on the Plymouth State defense. The tender is back deep along with Matt Friedman, again standing at their own 5. They would love to see a great return here to get something at the close of the first half, and this one is going to sail down to Latender again on the far side. Almost stepped out of bounds at the 10, comes to the near side, and he's going to be corralled and knocked down at the 9-yard line. Yeah, that's what we talked about. They went to that far side.
The great pursuit, and that's what happened there as a lieutenant got knocked down.
Burke is split wide side right. Lone setback behind Laundry is Friedman. Carlo and Cantrell to the near side left. Tight end is to that side. Mark Wishland's on a draw to give it to Friedman, and Matt is out to the 15-yard line, and that is about it. And clock continues to run. 45 seconds to play here in the first half.
Put it up here. Try to go deep.
2nd down and 5. Laundry looking for Cantrell. Fires downfield, and it's going to be deflected and knocked to the ground. Laundry had beaten his man, matter of fact. Down in 5. Clock is stopped with 29 seconds to play here in the first half. Trip receivers to the wide side, far side right. Again, Laundry working out of the shotgun. Steve Fountain to the near side. Laundry looking to pass. Here comes the pressure. Gets away from it. Now steps up. Fires. It's long. Intended for Cantrell. And that stops the clock with 24 seconds. And lo and behold,
another punt.
You're going to have to kick the ball away, and you may be even in more.
He made a poor pass. Looks like he's trying to hurry his throws as the pressure is coming on him.
Ryan Cole back inside his own 5. Here they come, and he gets it away. It's an end-over-end kick. Swedick is going to field it on the run at his own 38 and brings it back to the 35-yard line with 16 seconds to play here in the first half, and the Engineers are looking. 16 seconds to play in the first half, 23-6, and Sepatelli has them out at his 35-yard line of Plymouth State. Ansar goes in motion to the near side of the field. And Sepatelli wants to put it up. Sets up. Fires over the middle. Man wide open, and it's going to be incomplete. It was intended for the motion man, Ernest Ansar, and he was down. Second down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Again, Ansar comes in motion. 11 seconds to play in the half. Sepatelli rolls, looks, sets up, fires. Has his man. It's going to be caught inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line.
And they got the timeout.
At 4 seconds to play in a half, and the pass was complete to Swedick, and they will try to kick a field goal. So Plymouth State couldn't run out the final 46 seconds of the half, and this one is going to be spotted at the 22, and it'll be a direct hit, a 32-yard field goal attempt by Eric Harvey. He's already kicked one from a 28 here in the first half. And if he gets this one, it will be a 3-touchdown advantage for WPI. Here in this will be Harvey, the soccer-style kicker, is set to go. Tessier will hold. Good snap, ball down. Kick is blocked. Bounces upfield, and it's going to be picked up by Tessier, who is holding it. He will try to return it upfield, and is going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. So the defense comes up and blocks the field goal attempt by Eric Harvey, and the half has come to a close, but only 2 quarters left to play for Plymouth State College on this season, and they have their work cut out for them when they start the second half. The lucky thing about it, they will get the second half kick at the half. The score is WPI 23. A 6-yard pass from Paul Laundry to Paul Carlo coming in the first quarter. Their conversion failed. So Harvey's kickoff is coming down to Matt Friedman. First time Friedman's had a chance to return a kickoff today, and Friedman brings it out to the 20-yard line. Now we'll see what happens. Jeff Wickman, the offensive coordinator, has been known to do that, come right out quickly and go deep to try to make a big play, and they've been pretty much a big play club other than the last 2 weeks. So we're set to go. Paul Laundry has them out. Carlo and Cantrell wide side left. Eddie Morrissey, the starting tight end today, is lined up to the right side. The running backs are Friedman and Bob Boss. Paul Laundry, who did not play a week ago, at the helm as they move from left to right. First play of the second half shows Paul Carlo coming in motion to the near side, and Laundry is going to put it up quickly. Looks, fires down over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. It will look like it might have been intended for Paul Carlo. Cantrell wide side left, Steve Fountain to the near side right. Looks like they got double coverage over there on Cantrell. Now they will shift. The linebacker who was beaten by Cantrell now moves in. And it's going to be a pitch outside to Bob Boss. Boss turns it inside to the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of a couple. They'll be looking at a third down. 86 yards in the air in the first half. It's going to be third down and a long 7. Carlo comes in motion to the near side. Cantrell is already split out that way, and Laundry rolls to the wide side right. Sets up, good protection, has a man open. It's caught by Mark Wishland for a Panther first down as he works his way to the 35-yard line. Nice catch by Mark. And again, penalties again. Plymouth State 5 for 50 yards. WPI 2 for 10 yards. First down and 10. Laundry goes to the wide side of the field on a pitch out to Matt Friedman. Friedman cuts it inside to the 30. Manfred mentioned at halftime, will be out tomorrow. Cantrell near side right. Paul Carlo to the left. It's going to be second down and 6. And Carlo now comes in motion. The running backs are Wishlands and Friedman. They're in an eye. And fake give is to Friedman. Looking to pass. They set up the screen. And Laundry's just going to dump this one out of bounds. Penalty marker comes down.
They may call grounding, as there was nobody within 10 yards of the ball.
And it's going to go against Plymouth State. Illegal man downfield. And where the ball was going to, it was going to one of the tackles for Plymouth State, and that was Tony Reddington. Game. Cantrell wide side left. Steve Fountain comes to the near side, and the lone setback is Friedman again. The tight end is Eddie Morrissey to the right side. The 50 defense continues to work for WPI. Laundry to pass, fires, has a man. It's going to be caught awfully close to a first down for Eddie Morrissey. Eddie Morrissey near the 44-yard line, and based on where the placement of the football is, it will be a Panther first down. They're going to call for the measurement, but it's directly ball. That penalty was refused by WPI, and interestingly enough, the only touchdown of the day is split to the wide side left. I formation, Wishlands and Friedman behind Paul Laundry. The outgoing senior quarterback has it on the near hash mark. Cantrell to the near side. First down and 10 from the Panther 44. It's fumbled. Laundry will fall on it at the 43-yard line. Boy, they dodged the bullet. And we'll call it second down and about 12 for Paul Laundry on the offense. Again, the ball resting on the near hash mark. Cantrell split wide side left. The lone setback is Boss behind Laundry. Here they come. Blitz is on, and he's under pressure. Fires it out in the flat, and it's caught by Wishlands. Boy, Laundry did everything he could to get it away from the on-rushing. Another big conversion coming up for Paul Laundry. Again, Cantrell comes right this time. Carlo left. Mark Wishlands is in the slot. Eddie Morrissey is the tight end that way. Third down and 8. Laundry rolls wide side. Good protection. Four-man rush. Has his man, and it's going to be knocked away. He had Mark Wishlands at the 42-yard line, but playing in the zone was Conley. He is kicking from left to right. Dave Swedick standing back at his own 20-yard line. And they come up with a little bit of a rush that time. Not as heavy as it had been. And it's not a good kick by Cole, but it's not going to be returned either as Kyler was there. And it'll be blown dead at the 30-yard line. For WPI, 26 times on the ground for 143 yards. And Sepatelli was 7 of 15 for 119 yards. And the give is going to be outside to Ernest Ansah. Again, Jason Woolley, the job filling in.
Yeah, well, WPI does.
Formation behind Sepatelli goes on the first sound. It's the tailback with the carry, looking and feeling for his way, and he's going to get it outside his own 40-yard line. It'll be awfully close to a WPI first down. If not, it will be only third and short. Dodged the bullet at the end of the first half when WPI was driving and they had a field goal block. First down and 10 for Sepatelli. I formation. Moving from right to left. Sepatelli to the tailback. This is Ansar again. And Ansar is always moving, shifting, dodging, bopping, and weaving. And they have a tight end to the right. I formation. Sepatelli wants to pass. Rolls out left. Wide side of the field. Williston is there. And the ball is going to be thrown into the Plymouth bench. It was intended for Padula. In on coverage was Caracciolo for Plymouth State. So that puts and Swedick and LeMay will come to the near side left. Now Ansar goes in motion. He also was a target in the first half. Now rolling out is Sepatelli. Looks back to the weak side. He's going to go over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. It was intended for the wideout, Brian Mylott. In on coverage was Jim Lambert and be able to get a good return. He's standing back at his own 26-yard line. On to kick. Was that Tessier? No, and it's going to be a low spiraling kick. It's going to hit at the 26-yard line. This will not be returned. It's going to be down at the 22-yard line of Plymouth State, and that's where the Panthers will go. Then Carlo goes wide side left. Cantrell near side right. I formation behind Laundry with Morrissey as the tight end to the left. Ball resting near hash mark, and Laundry's going to put it up. Laundry steps, fires, has a man. It's Cantrell, and it's going to be incomplete. As he ran out of room again, and so often that they have run passing play. And Aring was Cantrell almost made a circus catch after his tip, but he was well out of bounds. It'll be second down and 10 from the 23-yard line of Plymouth State. Mark Burke goes in motion from the short side of the field wide to the far side. Matt Friedman alone set back. Friedman gets the call, runs into his, I think it's his right guard. He ran right into him to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Friedman's been taking some shots today. He usually doesn't get hit that often.
Carlo left. Mark Wishlands will be the slot man. And Paul Laundry works out of the shotgun. From their 24-yard line, Plymouth State moving from left to right. They need a big play here by Laundry. Laundry rolls to the wide side of the field to get more time. Sets up and fires. He's got Wishlands, but it's going to be short of the first down, and the pass is incomplete anyway at the 30-yard line. So the Panthers will have to kick it away again. 8.5 at about his own 15-yard line. This will be the second punt of the quarter for Cole. Gets a good strong snap and good protection and rides it out. Not a good kick, though. It's going to be an end-over-end kick. Hits at midfield. Colby Compton is there and lost it. And Jeff Jarry will down it at the 48-yard line of the Engineers. Only one setback this year. That came in week number 2 against Union. Tailback Ansah now goes in motion to the far side of the field. Sepatelli on the give to the fullback across midfield and upended at the 45-yard line. In on the carry was Matt Leahy. Maybe not when he's got his helmet strapped on, but they'll tell you, off the field, Matt Leahy, a great kid. Pitch back goes over to Ansah, the tailback, and he works his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. And let's see. The state says it's a fumble, and the officials are saying he was down. Or are they? They're going to talk this one over. The ball came loose, but it seemed it was late.
One official signaling third down.
Well, there hasn't been a big play yet by the defense today, and the officials are talking it over. Caracciolo does have the football, but was the play blown dead?
Well, you're at the point in the game. That's what Plymouth has to look for now. Force the turnovers.
And let's see. The offense is going to keep the football.
Okay.
The officials take time out.
Down and 3. Upcoming for Sepatelli. The yard marker again across the way only has second down. Sepatelli, play action right, is going to be hit, gets away, dumps it off to the tailback out of the backfield, first down and more, 30, 25, 20, down to the 16-yard line goes Ernest Ansah. Big play as Sepatelli was in drill, and they're prancing up to that line of scrimmage. They know another touchdown here will really put some of the finishing touches. Ansah outside, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Boy, once he saw some green pasture along the way, he's second down in one-eye formation for Sepatelli. Sepatelli in the first down. They go to the tailback again. He's got a first down inside the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. They had him stopped at the 5-yard line, but like we mentioned, he's been so elusive, and he's in for a touchdown. That makes it 29-6 with the conversion. Eric Harvey is on to convert. An 8-yard touchdown run by Ernest Ansah, his first of the day. Good snap, and again, the kick is blocked by Plymouth State. And there's a mad scramble for it again across the way as Plymouth State tries to return it. And the conversion fails. So the teams will head back upfield. 6.
Surprising to many drivers are the effects
of the offense of Plymouth State as they are huddled down below, the defense as well. And back deep, R.J. Latender standing with Matt Friedman inside the 10. Harvey's kick is going to go to Latender again, and R.J. will field it at the 14, out to the 20. Comes to the near side, 25, breaks a hit 30, 35, 40, 45, and upended at the 48-yard line. Had one man to beat. Had he not been upended by Conley, all that was left was Eric Harvey, and they almost got their big play. What a great return by Latender to the Plymouth State 49-yard. Some quickness here with the offense. We're going to have to have somebody dishonest running the scoreboard. It's going to be one or the other to get us back into this thing. First down and 10 for the Panthers, moving left to right at their own 49-yard line. This has been the best field position to start out a drive of the afternoon. They have twin receivers wide side left. Running backs are in an eye. Laundry again will be putting it up on almost every play. He's going to go deep. They want it quickly. He's got a man down here. It's Cantrell, and it's going to be incomplete at the 10-yard line. Again, Cantrell was there, but he had to wait for the thing to get into the ball game as a receiver. He'll run up as a tandem with Cantrell, and don't be surprised to see them go deep for R.J. Latender here. With an I formation, they're the only 2 wide receivers. Now Latender goes in motion. And now they're going to pitch it back to him. He can throw it. He's going to set up, wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. Latender looks and gets it back to the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard. Again, making a nice play. Matt Mercer lost a yard. Laundry now will get up under center. Third down and 11. Cantrell and Carlo come to the wide side along with Mark Wishlins. Lone setback is Friedman. Carlo now goes in motion. Third and 11 for Laundry. He's back to pass. 3-man rush. Rolls out. He could have run for the thing and got the first down, and he decided to throw to Carlo, and it goes incomplete. Now Laundry, after seeing Carlo take that defensive back with him, had the whole right side of 10 men up front. And last time they didn't come at him. Now they back off again. It's a high snap. Cole is able to get it and ride it out. It's an end-over-end kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 26-yard line by Dave Swedick. Not a good play at all. But with a big lead, they'll be satisfied. Nothing comes of it. Johnson along with Swedick come to the near side left. Sepatelli to the tailback. This is Ernest Ansah, and again, he falls forward a couple of yards. He's tackled forward out to the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 3 on the play for that's total offense in the first half. It's going to be second down and 6. Ansah, the tailback, again comes in motion to the near side of the field. Sepatelli gives it to the fullback, and he runs right into Don Tappan for a gain of about 1. So it'll be third down. And Johnson, wide side left. In motion comes Swedick to the wide side of the field. Sepatelli, third down and about 5, rolls out. He can run or throw, whatever he desires, fires. He's got his man Swedick wide open in front of the Plymouth bench at the 45-yard line for a first down. He ran the defensive back right off the play and turned it back wide side to the right. Ball resting on a near hash mark. And they'll just look to take more time off the clock. This is the tailback, and the tailback spins, gets away from another hit for another 6 or 7 yards. Ernest Ansah finally dragged down by staff of only getting 40 yards. It's going to be second down and 4. They fake the pitch outside to give it to Padula, and Padula was wrapped up by Don Tappan at midfield, and that'll be a loss of about 1 back to the 50-yard line. Where we stand, Plymouth State's only touchdown, a 46-yard scoring strike to Paul Carlo from Paul Laundrie. Ansar goes in motion. Sepatelli to put it up. Pressure. Fires in the flat. It's going to be caught for a loss. No, he gets away at midfield, and then it's finally hit by Jim Lanigan. He got away from John Morley. Boy, I'll tell you. Away on the kick once again is Farrell. Farrell back at his own 35-yard line. Gets a good snap. No pressure and rides it out. Low spiraling kick back to G-yard. It's returnable at the 17. And now he throws this one upfield. They were trying to lateral. Markers are down, but that's going to be a forward pass. And that's going to cost Plymouth State. G-yard got it, went right side and just spun and flung it about 5 yards upfield.
Yeah, that was thrown forward right there. Looked like something out of the UMass Lowell game we saw earlier. This one's going to be called for a penalty, though.
Even if it was backwards, that had nobody fooled Worcester.
And Carlo coming to the near side of the field. Mark Burke splits wide side left. Running backs will be split behind Paul Laundrie, as he is under center, and he will be throwing it up here on the first down. And he looks. Quick pass over to Carlo. Trying to get a block from Cantrell. Then Carlo spins it out to the 15-yard line, and that will be it. They're trying to get one of the receivers. Laundrie is out again. Has Burke wide side left. Mark Wishland's a wing back to that side. Lone setback is Matt Friedman. This seems to be a problem, and now Plymouth State has to call the timeout. Steve Fountain was looking over to Laundrie. Laundrie to Steve. Now Cantrell to Laundrie, and now they took quarter in the final seconds here as well. Second down and 7 for Laundrie. This time Cantrell and Carlo go left, and Burke comes to the near side right. Lone setback again is Matt Friedman, and Laundrie's going to put it up. Here comes the pressure. He gets away from one hit. Now turns it upfield. He's got a lot of room to run. He'll have a first down, then steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line. There's been a couple of occasions that Paul has been able to
Totally taken away on it.
They say Paul stepped out at the 29-yard line, so it's a first down and 10 for the Panthers. Back to pass goes Laundrie. 4-man rush. Fires. He's got Mark Wishlands. Nice one-handed grab by Wishlands. Out to the 40. Still going. 45. Midfield into WPI territory and dragged down across the way at the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 23 on the play.
And did it again right there for 25.
Again, they line up quickly, and they're not going to get it off. They say he didn't get out of bounds, and the quarter comes to a close. They had 4 seconds, but they didn't get it out of bounds, and the third quarter has come to a close. So we're heading into the final 15 minutes of this football campaign for the Panthers of Plymouth State College, and they have their work cut out for them, and should they find a way to come back, it ought to be exciting at the end of 3 quarters of the season. Eddie Morrissey lines up as a tight end to the right side. First down and 10 for Plymouth State, now moving right to left, trailing by 23 points at the 46-yard line of WPI, and Laundrie is going to put it up. Has good protection, fires down the right sidelines. Wishland's wide open. He's got it and dropped it at the 26-yard line. He had it. He had to wait for it and then was hit. Laundrie will line up under center. Has Cantrell to the near side. Ball resting on the near hash mark. Paul Carlo, the only bright spot today with that 46-yard touchdown catch to the right. A quick out to Cantrell, and he steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line of WPI. That'll be a gain of about the clock. Third down and 3 for Laundrie. Well, twice this year we had the best comeback in school history. If they do this today, it would be the best comeback again in the school's history. Third down and 3 for Laundrie, near hash mark. A shot drop. He wants to go deep, now goes underneath, and it's going to be completed on the near sideline to Doug Cantrell. He pumped once, looking to go deep to Wishlands, but went to Cantrell for the first down. Again, working out of the shotgun formation. First down and 10 from the engineer, 33-yard line. Laundrie, now he's going to audibilize at the line of scrimmage. Now he's set. Laundry looking to pass. Has time. Looking. He's going to go deep out in the flat. Cantrell's there, and it's overthrown at the 10-yard line of WPI. Wishlands, Carlo to the right. Allen is a tight end to the right side. And Laundry, a shot drop back. Looks, fires over the middle. He's got Wishlands, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Without question, they have 2 downs in which to pick up 10 yards. No way they're going to be kicking the football here, trailing by 23 points. Laundry under center, back to pass, sets up. Here comes the pressure, gets away from Mercer, rolls out in front of the bench, now will keep it, down the sideline, inside the 25-yard line, tackled out of bounds, and is now a penalty marker comes down. There was a penalty marker upfield as Laundry was hit well out of bounds. The marker came down late. I think the marker that the people were looking to come from the referee, he was going to spot the football, but another marker was already behind the play.
Going to get Paravalakis for the late hit on Laundry out of bounds.
And Laundry carried enough for the first down, so they will get that plus the yardage for the late hit. Now we're assuming here that that's all it was a late hit. Yep, against WPI. So there were 2 markers down, so one of the markers had to be from the trailing official as well as another one coming from the back judge. So it's
nicely on this drive.
Cantrell comes to the near side. Wishlands is the slot man. Carlo, the wide receiver to the right. Laundry looks this movement as the cornerback. They show blitz. Laundry's going to get rid of it, and he dumps it off into an open spot looking for Cantrell, and it goes incomplete. Now that's with a wide receiver. Well, if he sees that defensive back is coming up the middle, he's got to cut over the middle. And had he done that, they would have had a touchdown. Laundry has them out, 2nd down and 10 from the 12-yard line of WPI. They're showing blitz again. Here they come again. Now he's over the middle. He's got Cantrell to the 2-yard line. And that's what Cantrell had to do the first time. This time, the safety came up, and Laundry was able to read it, and he hit Cantrell down to the 3-yard line is where they'll spot it. It'll be 3rd down and a little bit more than 1. Ball resting at the 3-yard line, and they come out with a power I formation. Ian Lauder is a tight end to the right side. The power is to that side as Bob Bost is the tailback. Laundry has them going, 3rd down and about 1. This is Bob Bost inside, cuts down to the 1. It should be 1st down and goal upcoming for the Panthers of Plymouth State with 13 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the ball game as they try to down and goal for Plymouth State, looking to get their 2nd touchdown of the day. It's a power I formation again with Allen and Mark Wishlands as the blocking backs for Bob Bost. Paul Laundry, the give is going to be to Mark Wishlands. He's in for the touchdown. Mark Wishlands in for the touchdown, and that drive took up less than 2 minutes for the Panthers to get it in, and they are on the board again. That makes it 29 up in the backfield. But again, he will be going in motion. Trip receivers to the wide side left. Steve Fountain is the receiver to the short side right. Now Burke is in motion, reverses his field back to the short side. Laundry to pass. Rolls out to the wide side. He's got his man, and it's caught by Cantrell for the 2-point conversion. What a great pass and catch. Laundry to Doug Cantrell, and Plymouth State has cut the margin. 13 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the ball game. The score now from Courier Field is WPI 29 and the Panthers of Plymouth State 14. And one thing we might mention isn't proven they can stop this offense today with any consistency, so that might be one of the things that would cause a deep kick. Nope, Chabot's ready to kick it away, and it's going to go straight down the chute. It's going to be a short kick, and so he's going to field it back at his own 15. To the 20, looking to the far side. He's got a hole. He gets outside that hole. 40, 45, midfield, and Hanson runs him out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Well, they're better off with the onside kick.
Except they'd like to see him 3 and out, but field position will be important. There's Matt Leahy outside left, big hole down the sidelines. He may be gone. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's driven out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Matt Leahy with no markers down, all the way down inside the 5-yard line. It was a misdirection play, and the big fullback just rambled down the sideline.
Yardage 43 that time for Leahy.
1st down and goal, and the give is going to be to Padula, and he's in. Uncontested for the touchdown. His 2nd one of the ball game, and just like that, WPI answers in 2 plays. A great kickoff return, setting it up from the 45-yard line. Again, The leading kicker in the conference on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, WPI has struck again as they head back upfield for the Engineers kickoff. They now lead the Panthers 36. The Eastern Regional Division III tournament and playoffs, and plus the Freedom Football Conference title. Harvey to kick it away. They've been going to Latender all afternoon, and this one is going to do the same thing, and it goes out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And Plymouth State will more than likely take it at their own 35-yard line and start from there. As way off our hash mark, again, Latender and Friedman are standing back at their own 10-yard line. Bob Boss, one of the upbacks, along with Allen. And this one is going to go to Latender. Latender is going to take it at his own 16. Comes to the wide side, 25 to the 28-yard line, and is going to be upended. So, had they taken the kick out of bounds, they would have gained about 7 yards on the play. But again, there's that opportunity.
Teams.
The coverage, the return on both the kickoffs and the punts. We see why they're the #1 team in the conference and heading to the ECACs.
Beat up again from the 25-yard line. He'll try it again. Latender is up at about his own 20, and is going to go to RJ again. He'll come up and take it at the 20. Far sideline, 25-30 to the 35. Can't get it any further than that to the 36-yard line. No markers down. And that wide side right. Lone setback is Matt Friedman, as Paul Laundrie will line up under center. From their own 36-yard line, first down and 10, 36-14, WPI on top. Laundrie is back to pass. The shot drop, sets up, fires, has got his man. This is going to be Mark Wishlands, and he's going to be hit at the 41-yard line. That'll be his forward progress. It'll be a gain of about 5. Second down and 5. Trip receivers to the wide side left. And the free safety, Ingram, just moving around, going with the flow. Laundrie sprints to the wide side of the field. Has time, fires on the run, and it's going to be caught inside the 45-yard line by Paul Carlo. Still going as they try to strip the football at the 35-yard line of WPI. The defender came up and tried to make an interception, didn't catch it, and Paul Carlo brings it down to the 35 for a Plymouth State first down. Set up, and we are ready to go. First down and 10 at the 36-yard line of WPI. Laundrie on the near hash mark has Steve Fountain wide side right as the sun is broken through again as the day starts to wear on. Laundrie is back to pass again. Good protection, rolls short side. Mark Wishland's incomplete, 30-yard line. In on coverage was lost, 11:51 to play in the ball game. Plymouth State and WPI with the Engineers enjoying a 36-14 advantage. Laundrie set to work. Long count, looking over that defensive front, back to pass again. Laundrie sets up, good protection over the middle, that's going to be incomplete. Intended for Carlo, off the hands of McGuire, inside. Again, Ian Lauder now checks in as a tight end to the right side. Cantrell, Wishlands, Friedman in the ball game, and Carlo will be the receivers. Third down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Laundrie to set up. Fires, looking for Wishlands, and he was out of bounds, and he can't come back in. Wishlands is complaining that he was knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, but it'll bring up fourth down. Receivers to the right side. Ian Lauder is a tight end to the left. Now Laundrie works out of the shotgun. 11 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Fourth down and 10. They got to get it just inside the 26-yard line. Laundrie rolls out. Gets all sorts of time, now fires, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Mark Wishlands at the 28-yard line, and WPI will take over on downs, and that will send some of the folks heading to the exits.
The crowd's such a thin out here.
State really hasn't been able to do too much with the offense. And Sepatelli's give is to the tailback. The tailback to the 40-yard line. This is Ansar again. Then he is turned away by Mark Fisher. Don Tappan and keep split wide side of the field along with Milot. The give is to the tailback. Penalty marker comes sliding down, and the tailback, Ansal, slips it out to the 43-yard line, but you got to believe it's going to be a hold called against WPI. And that'll cost them some yards. It's going to be a holding penalty against the Engineers. And with a spot with their tailback today. Ball resting on the near hash mark. Now he goes in motion to the wide side of the field. The lone setback is Padula. He has 2 touchdowns. Padula comes to the short side, and it's going to be carried out to the 32-yard line. Jeff Jerry was there to make the hit. Jim Lanigan came up for support. It looked at the outset of the play that the short side of the field was Sapatelli with an I formation. LeMay now goes in motion to the wide side. And Sapatelli's going to keep it on the ground to the tailback. Cuts back inside, and he's going to be hit by Toby Cloutier after picking up 3 or 4, and the engineers will have to kick it away. A lot of activity going on downfield, we might add. But the Farrell standing back inside his own 25. Plymouth State's coming with 10 folks. Going to be rushing the kicker here. And Farrell gets a good snap. Here they come, and he just does get it away. Off the side of his foot, it takes an engineer bounce inside the 35, and it's going to result into a pretty good kick. It'll be blown down at the 31-yard line of the Panthers. Eddie Morrissey, playing his last game, is the tight end to the left. Paul Laundrie is going to work out of the shotgun from their own 31-yard line. Like Tommy mentioned, they've been dropping 7. Laundrie rolls wide side of the field to give him time, fires it on the run. He's got Carlo, and then Carlo is drilled out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's going to be a catch, and it's going to be a pickup of about 17 on the play, and a first down for Plymouth State. Regardless, Laundrie works out of the shotgun from the 47-yard line of Plymouth State. First down and 10. Trip receivers to the wide side. That's the near side. That's where Laundrie rolls out. Got good protection. Fires it on the run, and it was intended for Cantrell coming back, and it goes incomplete. 47-yard line of Plymouth State. Again, Laundrie has trip receivers to the wide side of the field. That's the near side. Barking out signals. Laundrie looking to pass. Here comes some pressure this time. Now he gets it to Mark Wishlins, and Wishlins is hit, and the ball is dropped. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Now 3rd down and 10 for Paul Laundrie in the offense. 8:42 to play in the ball game. 36-14. WPI leading it. And Laundrie rolls out again. Sets up now. Rolls out right. All sorts of room to run, and he will. He's inside the 45, and he's hit at the 42-yard line. He gets the first down, though, as he's taken down across the Y.
That time the protection was there for
the WPI 42-yard line. Now Laundrie will work under center. Looking over that defensive front as the clock is running. Moving from right to left. Laundrie on a long count, steps back, fires out on the flat. He's got Mark Wishlins inside the 35. Wishlins gets away from one hit to the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 8, maybe 9. Tackled in the secondary. This guy's got everything down here. He must have went to one of those stores that gets strange items. He's got all the tools of the trade. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Resting on the near hash mark. Laundrie working out of the shotgun formation. Twin receivers right. It's a bad snap. Here comes the pressure. Laundrie's got it. Looks. He gets sacked back at the 48-yard line. Laundrie sacked back at the 48-yard line. It all started with a bad snap, and then he tried to roll. Well, it's going to be a 3rd down and we'll call it 3rd down and 18 upcoming for Laundrie working out of the shotgun at the 49-yard line. Penalty marker comes down.
This is going to go against Plymouth, I think. Illegal motion.
Yeah.
And Laundrie losing his cool a little bit, and the official telling him, hey, relax, as he threw the ball into the ground again. So it's going to be an illegal procedure. It's going to cost them 5 yards. It'll be stepped off back to into Plymouth State territory, back to their own 46-yard line. That'll make it 3rd down and 23. Plymouth State. They need to get it just inside the 32-yard line of WPI. Laundrie has trip receivers right, tight end is left, one blocking back as Laundrie. Now he sends everybody out. Laundrie rolls to the wide side to get a double team. Here comes some pressure from Mercer. He just fires it up for grabs, and it's going to be deflected and knocked away. Paul Carlo did a nice job to knock it away. He was in the midst of 3 white jerseys.
Laundrie's slow to get up, and he's mad. He got popped by Mercer, I think.
2-yard line. They work out of the shotgun. They have twin receivers short side left. Paul Carlo to the right. So it comes down to this. 4th down and 22. Going to fire over the middle for Mark Wishlins. Wishlins has the catch to the 38-yard line, but it's going to be well short, and WPI will take over on downs. So the Engineers are
Side.
Either out of the true dreamers, whatever way you want to put it.
Well, a lot of the seniors going out today. Parents here to follow this one. Matt Leahy, who had a big run, gets the handoff, and he's going to be dropped for a yard loss. Leahy got that.
WPI takes the time.
You know, Padula is only a junior, so they'll have to find a place for Leahy to play. He'll be a junior himself next year. Quick pitch outside, goes to Ansel, and he follows the block of Leahy and the left side. Crosses his own 40 out to the 43-yard line before being tackled there. So they're looking at third down and a better part to the right. I formation behind Dave Sepatelli. He scored 2 touchdowns today. He's going to go to the tailback outside left, and they'll eat him up at the 45-yard line. P.J. Hansen, Don Tapper there. And it's going to be 4th down and about 3.5 upcoming for WPI. Line, Mike Giard is back by himself inside the 25 as Plymouth will be sending 10 folks. And they almost got the last one. Here they come again. They don't get this one either. Good kick by Farrell as it sails down to the Plymouth State 16-yard line, and that's where Giard is going to go down in a pile of white jerseys.
It's going to be frustrating for Giard having the only guy back and trying to run one back.
Carlo. Laundry will work out of the shotgun, moving from right to left. Very disappointing for these seniors outgoing. They thought they had a shot today, but just didn't do it. Laundry rolls out in the flat. It's intended for Cantrell. He's bumped, and the ball goes up in the air and is caught, but it's caught out of bounds. Plymouth people are looking wide side of the field as the ball rests on the far hash mark at their own 15-yard line. As Laundry is set to work again. Has time, fires over the middle, looking for Cantrell, and it misses him badly, and it's picked off in the secondary and run back inside the 10-5, and a touchdown. As it's returned by Ingram for a touchdown. As it was intended for Cantrell, and it was, boy, I wasn't even near him. As it was picked off, and Ingram runs it back for a touchdown, and that will do it for WPI as it's 42-14 with 4:11 to play in this one. Tessier will hold and Harvey will kick. Good snap, ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So the teams head back upfield with a little bit more than 4 minutes to play, and WPI appears headed to their first ever invitation to postseason play as they lead it 43-14. And I don't know if it's just kicking it away from one guy to the other or just kicking it in a spot that they can defend.
Yeah, kicking in a spot maybe that he can kick to.
And it comes down to Friedman at the 10. Friedman to the 15, 20, comes to the near side, 25, 30, burst of speed, he's outside 40, far side, he's free, 50, 45, 40, it's going to be a foot race, Harvey's the last man, he's not going to catch him, Friedman is at the 5, touchdown! A 90-yard kickoff return by Matt Friedman, but there is a marker back upfield, so hold everything. If it's any indication of what we've seen during the season, this might be called back, and there's a pretty good chance it will be called back. Matt Friedman, a 90-yard kickoff return, but there's a marker back at the 45-yard line.
And Friedman's down as well.
Well, when he got to the 5, he sort of lunged into the end zone and might have hurt himself, pulled something as he was in the end zone.
No one seems to be interested in what the flag is. None of the refs have signaled anything or picked it up.
Well, the touchdown's going to stand. It's going to stand. It's going to be against WPI. So Matt Friedman returns a kickoff, 90 yards for a touchdown, and he is still down in the end zone, but what a great run by Matt Friedman.
Certainly was. He just took the ball and took off with it, used his speed and burned everyone through there in the lanes.
90-yard return officially, from what we hear.
Great play by putting Friedman over on the right side.
It looked apparently that, that's right, Harvey can only kick to that side of the field. He didn't put it in the corner that time. They'll put it more in the middle. And that gave Friedman the room to run.
Against Mass Maritime in 1975. But it was a great return by Matt Friedman covering 90 yards. Now Plymouth State will go for 2. Mark Burke is in motion to the short side right. Laundry to pass, just throws it up looking for Carlo as he had heavy pressure as he was hit as he threw it up and it goes incomplete.
Mercer decked him again right as he released it.
So the teams will head back upfield, 3 minutes and 56 seconds off. And here we go, the onside kick. And it's going to be fielded at the 40-yard line by one of the upbacks. Coming up the field for WPI was Padula. And that's where Worcester will go to work. WPI with the lead, 43-20.
It's here.
First down and 10 for WPI at their own 40-yard line. Sapatelli with an I formation and 2 tight ends. And he'll give it to the fullback. This is Matt Leahy. Turns it up to the 45-yard line. Leahy for a gain of 5. Don Tappan to make the hit along with John Morley. 320 and counting. Another I formation behind Sapatelli with a receiver split wide side left and 2 tight ends. And they give us to the fullback again. Outside right for no gain. Nice open field tackle by Don Tappan on Matt Leahy. And now Plymouth
Of our efforts here throughout the season.
Get those phone lines in for me.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Upcoming for Dave Sapatelli. I formation. Tailback gets the call. Outside left. If he gets outside, he may pick up a first down. Giard is there, and he will stop them from getting a first down at the 49-yard line. So it will be 4th down. 4th down and 1.
The Padula power this one in, right through the line.
Well, in situations like this, they've jumped. The give is going to be to Padula. He's got the first down to the 48-yard line of Plymouth State. That pretty much puts the icing on the cake here for WPI. As they are high-fiving one another across the way, and you can't blame them. They've had themselves a great season. They will finish up at 9-1, and when they hit into the ECAC playoffs, they will have an 8-game winning streak going. They have another I formation with Matt Leahy, the fullback. Leahy gets the call to the right side, and Matt is inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. What a great situation to be in. You've got a junior in Padula at fullback. Then you can be WPI 5-0 in conference play and the conference champions. They will be awarded that trophy at the end of the ball game. Matt Leahy outside left, and Leahy's to the 42-yard line.
Well, their only loss, looking at WPI, was to Union. But the other team that Union beat was Rochester, who was ranked above WPI at 8-1, and they lost to Union also. So Union, the ball club, giving some trouble to some teams. So WPI is legit. Their only loss is to Union, which is a great football team too.
Yep, and all that will be happening tomorrow with the committee and Steve Bamford and his committee in the East region. With a win today, you got to believe Ithaca. Sweattick is in motion to the far side of the field, I formation, and he's going to throw it up. Fires it up over the middle on 3rd down, and it's going to be incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down upcoming for WPI. And nobody's left the stands across the way. That is pretty much filled for WPI, as they are about to capture their first bid to the ECACs, and they will be awfully close to a first down on a 4th down carry.
No, it looks like they're short. Plymouth thinks they're short.
Yeah,
It's going to be a measurement.
It's going to be awfully close to a first down. They'll stop the clock with 1:24 to play in this one, and Plymouth State trail. There we go. We need a drum roll.
Drugs and alcohol use can sometimes get out of hand. What starts out as fun can end up causing you nothing but trouble. The Pathfinder Foundation's alternative helpline at 1-800-452-9300 offers free confidential consultations to people suffering from addiction and other emotional problems. The right for you.
So they didn't get the first down. Plymouth State has the football. First down and 10 at their own 38-yard line with 1:24 to play, and they are trailing by 23 points. Paul Laundrie working again out of the shotgun. We'll have trip receivers to the near side. Burke split wide side right. And Laundrie sets up the pass once again. Now he's flushed out. Fires up over the middle. It's up for grabs, and it's intercepted again by WPI at the 48-yard line. It's going to be intercepted by Kelly, and they get the football back. But really doesn't matter at this stage of the ball game. As like we mentioned about 5 or 6 minutes ago, WPI would like to see the clock wind down as quickly as possible and get out of here with no ship. And you know, he's patting a lot of the guys on the back coming off the field, trying to give them high fives. You saw how excited he was for Matt Friedman, who ran back that kickoff for 90 yards, and try to give him some encouragement to the guys coming back, but also a little bit of gratitude and payback for the guys that are leaving.
Yeah, that's something that Lou Deloge is really known for, you know, the athletes giving 100%. They're not giving up. Defense is still out there. Play right through it all.
Well, Sapatelli just took it on a knee as we get down to about 40 seconds left. He's probably going to do it just one more time, and that should
probably just take a delay of game.
Finish up the game. Well, he's going to have to snap the ball at least one more time.
There it is, the delay of game.
Well, I'll tell you what, after those back-to-back losses here at home to Maine Maritime and Bridgewater State, no one could have imagined that they would at least been in a position for a conference title. And that's all he asked from them. They were able to do that. And though they didn't play well at home this year, the record will show that they were 1-3-1 here at Courier Field. And that's a big key. And that's one thing I'm sure guaranteed. If you ask anybody at the start of the season if they would have lost or had a home record of 1-3-1, people would have told you no. No way that could have happened, but it did. And they were 3-1 on the road. So the clock has started once again in the final 15 seconds, and WPI, the Engineers out of Worcester, will become the first Freedom Football Conference champions as they defeat the Panthers of Plymouth State College here on their home turf at Courier Field at Plymouth State College. The final score, the Engineers of WPI 43 and the Panthers of Plymouth State College 20.
Coach got a little Gatorade splash there. It's been awfully cold. If I was a coach and I got that around this kind of weather,
that froze on impact.
I would not be a happy coach. But granted the win, I suppose. The coach doesn't mind it.
So WPI will be getting their first ECAC bid ever as they win this game and they conclude their season at 9-1. And those invitations and the makeup of the 4 teams going will be decided tomorrow here in the East region. And the Freedom Football Conference trophy will be given to them by Steve Bamford, who is the commissioner of the Freedom Football Conference, coming up momentarily as both clubs will go through the traditional handshake. And the season comes to a close. And for those outgoing seniors that we named at the beginning of the year, they will graduate and pursue their careers, and I'm sure they'll have a lot of good memories to look back upon and playing football here for the Panthers of Plymouth State. It's not the way that they want to go out, but again, like I mentioned,